Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Eretz Yisrael. Motzei Shabbat is Motzei Simchat Torah. I think most of the world probably knows what's going on here. This morning, about 5 in the morning, we started hearing noise. We thought there were people in the cellar. We thought there were people on the roof. I got up and looked all around. There were no people, just boom, boom from the valley across the state, about 50 kilometers from here. And you could hear the explosions of both the terrorist rockets and our response from the Iron Dome. And, we've declared war, according to the Prime Minister. We've lived here 33, 32 years. And, you get tired of hearing politicians say things and not doing them. That's not leadership. That's puppetry. And they have a shita. A shita in Hebrew means a plan, a strategy, which is not really a strategy. It's a political tool to assuage the masses, to deflect desire for leadership. But we've gotten so used to a non-leadership that we just kind of hear it on a deaf ear and hope for the best and pray and say psalms. And, Rabbi Nachman a long time ago said, war is just a sign that our peace was never true. And he's talking about on an individual level for couples. I see this every day in the therapy room. People fake peace in order to avoid war. But the war will always return because the peace is fake. And this even happens inside ourselves. People walk around at war with themselves, but when you talk to them, they'll play like they're totally peace and cool and chill and all kinds of nice adjectives to describe some kind of quasi-placebo state of inner peace. So we can lie to ourselves and we can lie to our spouses and our friends, and we can lie to our government, and the government can lie right back to us. And it's all because we're not really willing to face the inner war. And of course, the inner war is always with one thing, with God. Now, you might say, oh, Avram, that's too easy, that's too round, that's too general. But if you do the work on yourself, you'll see where you end up. Because when we're at war with ourselves, we are at war with the divine spark within us. And so that divine spark gets ignored and keeps fighting back, looking for recognition, trying to control the helm, and we keep pushing it away. So it's no surprise that the state of Israel is at war again. We've always been at war. We just don't want to give it that name, and the politicians and the investors and everybody doesn't like that name, war. But I've gotten kind of used to it over the years, and after a while, it just doesn't really bother you, because war is just a state of the lack of peace. But when you have true internal peace, peace with your higher self, peace with your spouse, peace with your friends, neighbors, peace with your community, peace with your government, peace with the world, because you have that greater peace, then you can talk about what the war is really about. So I invite you to consider these ideas and not to pay attention too much to the news. Now, people are suffering tonight. There have been people killed, people kidnapped, people injured, and they're all suffering. And that demands compassion, and that demands attention. But when we do the real work, looking at ourselves, let's try to be honest about our true state of peace or our lack of peace. And I hope you find someone good to talk to, because that's the best thing to do. When we lack peace, we got to talk to somebody, and the best person of all is the infinite being, because he hears everything and he knows all truth. God bless you all. We should see a very interesting week, and hopefully it's going to get better.